Look at your screen. The man you see before you is 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells, a standout football player from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Nolan had his entire life ahead of him. Tonight, we want to know the answer to one question. What happened to Nolan? And though we will not find the answer to that question until the corrupt legal apparatus of his area decides to release the shady details of his death, we will examine every piece of evidence we get a hold of in an attempt to identify any inconsistencies we may find in the story. Because at first I just thought this was like another tragic death, some alcohol involved. A kid just decides to stay after at a huge party, gets a little drunk, and ends up drowning. But now I'm hearing about deleted text messages from a phone that was returned to Nolan's parents by his white friends after they left Nolan on Horn Island and took themselves home. Homes to which they arrived safely, alive. See, something's up. Or should I say, something's not adding up. And that's when us online independent journalists have to do what we do best. On the 4th of July, Nolan took a boat trip out to Horn Island with a group of his friends to celebrate the holiday. By that evening, his friends had already returned to the mainland, but Nolan wasn't with them. 2 days later, a park ranger discovered his lifeless body floating near the island's northwest tip. Now, let me just ask you a question. If you went to a party on an island, this was a huge party for the 4th of July, and one of your friends decided to stay behind, would you honestly wait for 2 days of not hearing from that friend who you left behind on an island before you decide to say, hey, something's going on? Did you check with bro's parents to find out if he made it home? And you get back in the boat that you took to the island initially, and you go back to the island, and we as friends, teammates, look for our friend to see what the hell is going on or what happened to him. That's why this is so fishy. They come back, they arrive safely, they give his parents Nolan's cell phone, which he allegedly left on the boat with them when he decided to stay behind. And when the parents open up the phone, they're like, yo, it's a bunch of deleted texts in the phone. Very sloppily done, kind of like something a drunk teenager would do. A tragic accident is what they're telling us this was. A malfunction on a boat taking on water, forcing a young man to stay behind to catch another ride. That is right now the official narrative. This boat was taking on water, so apparently Nolan couldn't get on the boat with them. So of all the people, they left him behind, didn't make sure he had his phone, anything else, and they made it home safely. But Nolan never made it home. But if you're looking at the data here, if you're looking at the stories and the inconsistencies and the contradictions, none of this is adding up. And you know me, I'm a very practical person. So if I'm telling you, yo, this is looking fishy, you could take it to the bank. Because I've examined this story all day and nothing here is adding up. Now, let's examine what's going on with these headlines. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office is actively investigating a viral social media video showing a massive brawl that broke out at the beach before Nolan disappeared. But things are getting a little bit more hairy. They're getting a little more weird. When Nolan's phone was finally returned to his parents after this brawl occurred, his mom and dad basically found that a bunch of texts, crucial texts, things that would have shed a lot of light on Nolan's disappearance, were actually missing. And they're claiming, by way of their newly hired attorney, Benjamin Crump, who I don't like, I despise, but I'm not going to speak on what he's doing until I know the details. They're saying that crucial text messages were systematically deleted right after the incident. So so the sheriff is able to track the time when the brawl occurred, right? They're saying that between the time the brawl broke out and the time Nolan's friends left the island, someone got into Nolan's phone and deleted a bunch of text messages. And we're all asking the same question. If this was just a tragic accident, if there's absolutely nothing to hide, why are phone logs being wiped out? Who's deleting evidence while a mother is frantically searching for her son? Who's doing that? What friend says, oh, this person randomly left, and then says, you know what, let me go here and look through the phone and delete a bunch of text messages. Like, y'all really just think about that. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, you know, the black people are just looking for something in response to Carmelo Anthony. And I'm not going to lie. Me being the person I am, that's what I thought. I said, they're going to make a big deal out of this because of the Carmelo Anthony situation. But I have to be honest. I have to call a spade a spade. This is looking hella fishy. This boy ends up dead and his phone handed back to his mom with deleted text messages shortly after there was a huge brawl on an island with literally hundreds of kids there for a 4th of July celebration. And if you know anything about what happened in my state, California, right, where they basically took over these like super affluent areas and just wreaked havoc, you know that these kids were totally out of control and doing all sorts of crazy stuff on 4th of July. Now, as it should be, the internet is completely on fire. People are pointing to the fact that Nolan was black and the friends on the boat were white. They were asking if this is some type of modern day racial horror story. Others are looking at the verified facts, the things that we verified, that one of the young white men on the boat is the son of a local court judge, Ashley Cole, a judge who temporarily deactivated her social media as the heat started to turn about the whereabouts of Nolan. I don't know. Why is the judge deleting their text messages after somebody's coming up missing? In my opinion, if my son was with someone who came up missing, I'm going to keep my social media active just in case new information comes up or I find out something so I can report it back to his parents. I'm not going to just deactivate my social media as if I know something and I'm attempting to like protect myself for what I know will be future charges or allegations that are brought up against my son. This seems hella suspicious. You're a judge. You're a public figure. You literally are elected in many cases. You should always be open to the public, even if they're saying things you don't like, even if they're accusing you. You release a statement. Hey, we are going to let Nolan's parents know if we find out anything, and our hearts go out to them, and we hope he gets home safely. Like I said, this is looking hella fishy. Hella fishy. This is a fact. But this is a bigger question. Why did Nolan have to stay behind? If the boat's taking on water, no one else could have stayed behind? That's my bigger thing. Was him getting left behind a racially motivated thing? Was it just like, hey, at the end of the day, if we got to get a few people back, those few people are going to be white, and you got to stay behind as the black guy? Or was he really just going to hang out with a girl like they said he said? But I don't know one dude who goes to hang out with a girl and doesn't bring his phone with him. I don't know any man on earth at this point especially an 18-year-old boy who goes to hang out with a girl and doesn't bring his phone. You're going to bring your phone for one reason or another, right? It has to be one of those two things. Either this is a cover up and this judge is preparing for a legal battle that she sees coming in the future, or we're simply looking at a brutal reality of what happens when reckless, irrational young men panic on a malfunctioning boat and make the cowardly decision to abandon one of their teammates. Now, what I'm thinking happened was this. Maybe Nolan was like hella intoxicated, very drunk, and the boat was taking on water, and they were like, we can't keep the same amount of people on the boat, right? So they were like, just lay that fool on the beach, and eventually he'll wake up and he'll find a way home. Because remember, there's hundreds of kids, there's a ton of boats. Maybe he'll find somebody with another boat to hop on and go back home. Now, let's say that was the case. You're literally still going down for manslaughter, in my opinion. It maybe the death was accidental, which I'm telling you right now, the black community, the way our community set up, all black folks ain't like me. They ain't accepting that. I'm telling you that right now. So either reckless disregard on behalf of the other so-called friends and teammates, or a tragic accident where this guy might have got too faded and laid out on the beach and ended up drowning. Because we know he didn't fall off the boat and drown, because his family say he was a super strong swimmer, abnormally strong swimmer, like a fish. They call people like that. They say they park fish, right? So we need to know the details, but we have deleted texts, right? At that point, I kind of need somebody to be arrested, because I need to interview everyone before they get a chance to get their story together and find out exactly why texts were deleted from this boy's phone. But what I will say, and I'll say there's one thing that the Wells family is doing that is so smart, and in my opinion, is something that black families don't do enough. They immediately got a lawyer. Now, they got a civil rights lawyer, so that's telling you that they think this is racially motivated in some way. But I'm gonna be real. If I had the resources, I would not only be hiring a lawyer, I'd be hiring a private investigator. I would be hiring a private investigator to go to that island, look for everything they could look for, dig up some clues, because I'm not going to lie to you, I just don't trust a Southern police department to do the right thing, especially when one of the people involved is the son of a judge. There's just too much power at play here. You're a judge. You know, police officers, attorneys, they fear judges. They fear judges, and it's kind of like a good old boys club. Are they really going to look for the evidence and bring it out if this woman's son is implicated? Or are they going to try to hide any evidence they find and make it look like, oh, this was just an accident? Because it's going to be very hard for these guys to get around the fact that they left Nolan at 3. They got home around 4 with his phone. And then Nolan ended up dead. And in 2 days, nobody said, maybe we should go back and look for Nolan. In my opinion, what I think that's because they already knew he was dead. They wanted someone to find him. And I think that they hoped that someone would find him like that night. And it ended up being 2 days before he was found. On top of that, they said there were hundreds of people on this island for a 4th of July party. You're telling me as you're walking to these boats and all this, no one saw this dude laid out on the beach dead? No one said, hey, there's a guy over there. Let's see what's going on with him. This is hella fishy. But as of right now, his family's not waiting around. They've officially brought in a straight heavy hitter lawyer, Ben Crump. We know about him. And they brought in Al Sharpton. They're definitely trying to make this a race thing. They're going far past local law enforcement, the local jurisdiction, the local constraints that these people are trying to place on them. They're flying Nolan's body to Washington, D.C. and demanding an independent private autopsy to find out exactly what happened in the final hours before this guy's death. We're all asking, was this just a lapse in judgment? Or was this one of many deep South criminal cover-ups of the death of a black person at the hands of white people? So what I need you guys to do right now, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to share and let a friend know that we're talking about this. And I need you to go in the comments and let me know what you guys think happened. Do you think that Nolan's white friends killed him and left him for dead on that island? Do you think they tried to cover it up by deleting text messages out of his phone? Do you think that the judge is colluding with her son? It's a woman, right? Yeah, Ashley Cole. Do you think she's colluding with her son? Do you think that the heavy hand of Southern justice is going to work as a shield for these boys? And I just want to say something. I'm not all about the race baiting, but I'm telling you, this boy Nolan's parents have given a master class in what you should do if you think your kid's death was racially motivated. Get them out of that area, get an independent autopsy. Do not let the Southern justice system deal with it because they have a history. Get an independent autopsy done so that the federal government can be involved from day one and rain down justice on these people, because there's just something fishy about this. And I hear people saying friends wouldn't do them like that, right? But sometimes you could think people are your friends and the whole time they be hating on you. Sometimes you can think people are your friends, but they'll be hating on you. And understand something, guys. Nolan might have played at a junior college, but Nolan was only 18 years old, which means Nolan was fresh out of high school. And maybe he wasn't experienced with the nature of college parties, the lifestyle. Maybe he did something that's not socially acceptable. We don't know. But what we know is Nolan literally had a tryout for a D1 university who was interested in him playing football. So he touched a junior college field, and immediately upon touching that field, he impressed so much that D1 universities were already looking for him. And in the world of football, I'm not going to lie to you. Jealousy is real. As they say, the hate is real. And even this could have been a motivation for what these people did. I really need to know, and I wish the parents would disclose this information now as opposed to later. Were they really friends like that, like came up together? Were these just friends he met when he started going to junior college? Were these high school friends? Who are these friends? What is the nature of this friendship? Because these parents clearly have some type of money if they're hiring Ben Crump and they're flying bodies to Washington for independent autopsies. And even for their son to be in the company of the son of a judge, a local judge, there has to be some affluency here. This is some elite stuff here going on. And sometimes the plot gets so thick when you're dealing with these type of people who are in like the upper level income brackets. I don't know, but give me a 1 if you love the introduction. Give me a 2 if you hated it. And if you really love what you hear and you want more of this, consider contributing to the stream. We have a super chat donation link. We're looking for 5 super chat donations of $5 or more. We also have Cash App, PayPal available, pinned to the bottom of the chat. And I also asked some questions in the comments that I would really like some answers to. I don't really cover murder mystery. I really don't cover, crime and punishment like that. But since I covered the Carmelo Anthony, I kind of seem like this is a continuation of that, but like in reverse now. And one thing I would say is, let's hope this is not racially motivated. And let's hope these guys didn't do it. Maybe this is a mistake. Something happened. It was just a mistake. Like he got drunk and laid on the beach and the water came up and got him. This is what I hope happened, because I don't want to believe that we're still at the place where people are killing people based on racial motivations. But at the same time, I encourage all Black folks, and I encourage all people, period. You have to maintain a certain level of situational awareness no matter what. See, me, I've never drank alcohol. I've never used drugs. And a big motivation for that is I don't ever want to be in a place or position where I don't have my senses about me, where my senses are impaired and I'm at the mercy of other people. I used to work at a club called V2O downtown Long Beach. And it was like Asian Central. Asians from all over Southern California would come to this club on Thursdays for college night. And when I tell you, I would see little bitty Asian girls, not even 5 foot, blackout drunk, being dragged out of the club by their wrist and laid out on the sidewalk like freshly caught fish by security because they've got in the club and drank so much that they just blacked out. They would black out in the booths, and the security would pick them up. So one security guard has the ankles, one security guard has the wrist, and they would walk them out and lay them on the curb out in front of the club, downtown Long Beach, in the middle of a busy section where a bunch of people are partying. See, when you're doing things like that, there's more going on. And maybe the pressures of like football and just wanting to make it and trying to fit in and trying to get to a D1, live out his dream of playing football, maybe it was taking its toll on Nolan. Maybe that was his way of dealing with it, with the pressure. But you could do a lot of things, yoga, meditation, massage, whatever. But I encourage everyone, if you are someone who drinks, make sure you're with someone you could trust a day one. Not someone you just met in college, not your football brothers that you just known for a year, someone you can really trust. And instead of trusting them to take care of you when you're blackout drunk, trust them to say, hey, bro, I think you might have had enough because you're stumbling, you're slurring, and you're really not in control of your faculties, right? Let's just take that lesson from this. Before we get caught up in the hysteria of the racial aspect and all that, beyond race, beyond discrimination, you must exercise situational awareness in every situation. Now, I want to watch a clip, if that's okay with all of you, where mainstream media breaks down some of the details to the story about Nolan. Because this is incredibly sad. And I'm going to follow this story, and I'm going to just give you updates daily on what's going on with this situation. Because something tells me the way his family is being so vigilant, a lot of things are going to come out about this story really fast. Really fast. So just be prepared for it. But we have stories like from today, yesterday. There are people who have already been covering this calls or days, and I knew about it, but I really thought it was going to turn into a nothing burger. But boy, was I wrong, because this is actually like blowing up into a big time case.
Calls are growing for answers about the death of a Mississippi teenager. 18-year-old Nolan Wells went missing on the 4th of July. You see him here. He was on a boat trip with friends going out to a popular barrier island near Mississippi's Gulf Coast. Authorities say Wells did not return on a boat with those same friends that afternoon. 2 days later, Wells's body was found. No cause of death has been given. The Wells family has hired attorney Ben Crump, who says they have sent the body for an independent autopsy and expect those results tomorrow. Let's get to NBC News national correspondent Aaron Gilchrist, who joins us now. Aaron, this has gotten a lot of attention on social media. People are posting lots of videos. What do we actually know about the circumstances surrounding his death?
Well, we know that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office says that there is still an active investigation going on. It's only been 3 days now since Nolan Wells' body was found off Horn Island, that barrier island off the coast of Mississippi. And at this point, investigators say that they're still trying to gather information. They still want to, they've talked to many people who were on the island. This is a popular place that people go to by boat during the holiday season, the 4th of July holiday. And so investigators say they're still talking to people and they're still trying to gather more information. They've asked the public to share with the sheriff's office any video or photos, specifically asking for unedited video or photos, which may be slightly different from some of what we've been seeing online, where people have tried to enhance audio from what they say was an argument that may have been happening on one of the boats or on shore that people have suggested Nolan and his friends may have been involved in. The sheriff's office not verifying that. At this point, the family has hired Ben Crump, as you noted, the civil rights attorney, who says that the family just wants urgency and transparency in this investigation. He pointed out that Nolan is black and his three friends who were on the boat with him are white. And he said that law enforcement in Mississippi has a history that has made the family want to reach out to him, and is part of the reason that they're asking for that increased transparency. I do want to share part of the statement from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, where they say, we recognize that a significant amount of information, speculation, and commentary has been shared on social media and throughout the community. As with any active investigation, our investigators are working to establish the facts through eyewitness accounts, physical evidence, and other reliable sources. Kate, as you noted, at this point, the state has not said what it found in its autopsy, and the family of Nolan Wells is having an autopsy done separately by Ben Crump's team. We expect to hear more about that tomorrow when there's a news conference scheduled where we understand the family will appear, Kate.
All right, Aaron Gilchrist for us. Aaron, thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.
Okay, so do me a favor. All my people, I have a lot of people who are watching on X.
Boat during
but
the
lately,
holiday season.
X has been giving me trouble where it's dropping the stream like before it ends. So what I'm going to do for all of you, since you're here and you're watching, because I appreciate you watching so much, I am going to, hold on. Yeah, I'm going to put in the chat on X, also formerly known as Twitter. In the chat, I am putting the YouTube link in the chat for you guys to click and come on over. Just come on over now, because we're going to get into a couple more stories too. But I want you guys to be able to click on this link right now and come over just in case X starts tripping. I don't know why it does that. I think it's a trick for them to get you to upgrade to the next tier of premium. And I ain't doing that because I'm already giving them like $22 a month. Click on over, guys, if you're on X, and come on over to YouTube. Please, I know people are very committed to the social media platforms that they use, but I need you guys to come on over to YouTube for me, just so I don't lose you, because I want to keep you guys here. Shout out to everybody who's in the building with me. Shout out to my brother Ali, all the way from Kenya, tuning in. That's my brother from another mother. Shout out to Zarth, Azazel, my brother Craven Nuke. But everybody, just based on the response late at night like this, I know that there are many people like me who are like, we ain't always trying to play the race card. I don't believe in that. I don't like that. But this is looking hella suspicious. But I believe that this guy, Nolan's family, they did what Carmelo Anthony's family didn't do. They're doing their due diligence. They're doing their job of like overturning every stone when it comes to the death of their son. They're not leaving anything to chance. They're not leaving anything to the justice system of Mississippi. And sometimes I say that with black folks. I'd be like, yo, you guys will scream racism, racism, racism. But what are you doing based on the knowledge? It's like the Bible says, act according to knowledge. If you know that the system is racist, if you know that the system hates you and they got it out for you, why don't you have yourself positioned in a way to where you can do things on your own, like Nolan's family, so you can make sure you're going to receive justice if anything happens to you? And if you don't have that type of money, why would you even remain in a place where you can be taken advantage of by the justice system? Oh, 100% I'm going to wait. But I'm just bringing up the suspicious. The biggest thing for me was the deleted text. Why are these people deleting text if the parents are telling the truth? Why are these people deleting text? Yo, no, Mike, look, what Mike D, 100%, bro. You know me. I do not play the race card, but this is sketchy as hell. This is sketchy as hell. And that's why you shouldn't play the race card for frivolous, stupid things. Because when you actually do need to like say, hey, this might be racially motivated, you want people to be able to trust your judgment. You don't want people to say he's always trying to make it about race. You want them to say, no, let me pay attention to this right here, because this guy never does that. He never tries to play that card. And now you got more people with their eyes on the situation, making sure justice is served, making sure people are doing their due diligence. Like, let's be real. But yeah, we're waiting, but we doing, there's waiting and then there's watching and waiting. And we're gonna watch and wait. We're gonna watch and wait to make sure. Go ahead, my brother Costa.
Peace be.
Yo,
Yo, you know my viewpoint, man. I don't know, just judging off the history of Mississippi alone.
all right, Mississippi.
Mrs. N to the I. You know, my folks on my mama and my daddy's side from Mississippi. Well, Hattiesburg at the Gulf of Mexico, and also like Rouville, Clarkdale, like the Mississippi Delta area.
Right.
So, like I got a lot of family in Mississippi. Yeah, bro. Like the suspicion is definitely warranted. The skepticism is warranted. You don't delete text messages for nothing unless you're trying to conceal something. I wonder is Apple gonna actually like recover some of those deleted text messages, because you know they got all of the abilities to throw away a drill wrapper. Let's see if they have those same capabilities, you know, to get down to the bottom of what really went on with this. Oh man, I hate to call him a brother, but yeah, brother.
Who, this guy Nolan?
Yeah.
Why you hate to call him a brother?
I hate to call him a brother because he one of them token Negroes. Hey, yeah, I'm okay with being the only black guy around. You know, he one of them niggas, and you can't tell him nothing about that. Hey, bro, watch out for that. You can't tell him nothing. I'm telling you, I went to school with him. You can't tell him nothing. And it's just like some of them gotta learn the hard way, bro.
You said Nolan was out there bunny hopping or what?
Bro, I'm not saying he was bunny hopping, but bro, that is the motivation on why somebody would have packed him up if that is the case of what happened. If they packed him up, bro, I'm telling you, it was over a female. He was one of the females that the judge's son may have liked or he was attracted to. Probably like Nolan. That's usually how it go.
Don't tell me bro was out there hitting the back of that thing and they packed bro up.
Bro, like they got a history of this stuff, not just in Mississippi, but you know, my wife is from Ghana, right?
Yeah.
She had a classmate. Well, she got several classmates that have come over to America as well. You know, they went to Achimota in Ghana. It's the private high school that Kwame Nkrumah went to. But one of her classmates, his name was Michael, and I'm gonna get his last name. He went on a boat trip with a group of white friends. Similar story. I don't know if any of them had any kind of political influence like the white friends that he went with. Like this person who Nolan was with, he was with a judge's son. So that's diplomatic immunity. Y'all gotta understand that. Diplomatic immunity.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So I don't know with this other scenario with my wife's classmate. I'm not sure if any of these kids had any kind of like diplomatic immunity, but that might be the case. But he went on a trip with them, and he somehow drowned. He somehow drowned. Yeah. He's the only one that drowned.
Drownings do happen. I lost my boy. I lost one of my boys, Xavier, aka Conway. went to a lake, was in the water, and just drowned. He was with all black people.
I believe.
You
I mean,
remember
I
the
believe
girl?
it.
You
I
remember the
believe
girl who
drownings
was
do
in
happen.
Mexico and her body got found in that freezer out there?
The parents were suspicious, so that led to my skepticism. It was a few other things that were sketchy about the case. I got to revisit this case, so I'm gonna get the exact name so you can have something. You know, there's some articles that have been written. He was a real smart kid. He was supposed to be like summa cum laude or.
Yeah, I think he graduated from high school early.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was only 18 and had completed his first season of college football.
Well, there you go. It's usually like that. See, with my wife's classmate, he was also like, top of the class.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna get that name. This Nolan, this Noah character is Nolan.
Xavier Wells,
Mr. Wells.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I feel like the parents failed their kid, bro. Like, cause it's like when something like this happen,
I mean, at the end of the day, he a grown man though. 18.
18.
And you know these kids,
come on,
you can't tell them that, bro.
He
These
not
kids,
grown.
but bro, kids, they think they grown. They think they grown. And you try to give them a little bit of freedom so you don't lose them. They want to run and move out the house because they feel like you're trying to clamp down on them.
Right.
So I understand the parents, but at the same time, every man is responsible for himself. I mean, I ain't going to no damn island by myself with people I just met or I haven't known. It's got to be the day one homies, guys. I got more people.
How you know they want his day one homies though?
That's what I need the parents to tell us. But I got Financial Frontier in here, my brother, and then I got 3-Man Podcast. He's been on here dropping heat. But before I let the panel go crazy, I want to watch this update from TMZ featuring Ben Crump.
We're going to investigate every aspect of why Nolan Wells is not with us today. We know that he was with his friends. They went out on Horn Island, as Charles said. He was the only black teenager that was there. And, all of them came back safely on the boat with his cell phone, Harvey. But Nolan's body was found washed up on the shore on Monday morning. His family is not accepting that it was an accidental drowning. They haven't been told anything, but that's been the suggestion. And they're not accepting that because Nolan was a college football player. He was a superior athlete. He was in great fitness and condition. And so for them to try to say, well, we got his phone, but we don't know where he's at, and then he turns up dead, they are not accepting it. And there are so many questions, so many contradictions.
I know there is one friend, a young woman who has come forward and has spoken to the police, and I'm wondering if she's spoken to you and how her version of events differ from what the other friends have said.
She hasn't spoken to us, but we know her statement that she released publicly. She said that she was talking to Nolan, and then Nolan said, well, I'm going back to the boat with the guys I came with. That's her version. She said that he did not leave with her, that he went back and got in the boat with the other boys. Well, the boys say that when they was talking to Nolan, he said he wasn't going to get in the boat with them, that he was going to stay with her, stay behind with her. Their statements contradict one another, and that is something that's very troubling. On top of the fact that we know there are videos circulating where there's an argument where you hear Nolan arguing with somebody, and we're trying to say this is too much to just try to sweep under the rug. No, we want to have a thorough investigation as if it was 3 black boys and a white boy who was with them ended up dead. We want that same investigation.
You have such a history with civil rights cases. Are you suggesting race is an issue here?
We're talking about the state of Mississippi, and we know, based on the history of America, in the Deep South, there have been many racial killings where there were nobody held accountable. We don't know what happened here, but we cannot forget history, and we have to respect his parents saying that we want an independent investigation because we're not trusting people who are affiliated with Mississippi law enforcement. We have too many lived experiences as Black people in America. It's not adding up. It is simply not adding up. The fact that what teenager gives up their cell phone, that is always something that has us bewildered. The fact that his parents, his mother and father, when they're looking at the phone, they're seeing some deleted messages. So they're trying to figure out what's that about. So we want to dot every I, cross every T, and look under every rock, literally, because they are not accepting that the police saying, where there's no foul play, let's just go ahead and move on. Well, they can't move on because Nolan is dead.
Are they seriously investigating this? Are they talking to the family? What's the state there?
We don't know what they're doing. As I understand it, they have not communicated with the family.
Has Nolan's body been returned to the family? And do you have plans for, we've covered cases like this with you before, that there's going to be an independent autopsy?
We are flying Nolan's body from Mississippi to Washington, D.C. to have a doctor perform an independent autopsy because his parents wanted autopsy done by a doctor that had no affiliation with law enforcement in the state of Mississippi, because that's how concerned they are about getting to the truth and not having any hints of impropriety.
Hey, I never thought I'd say this, but I agree with Ben Crump 100%. I mean, this is like, these are the type of cases, in my opinion, that the ambulance chasing that they do, like, waters down. You know what I mean? Like, this is what these guys are for. Real situations where racism or anything like that could actually be afoot. Not just trying to make everything about race just to get a paycheck. That's cheap. But this right here, yeah, they definitely are needed right here. And you know, like we said,
How do we know racism is involved?
we don't know. That's the whole point. We don't know. We don't know. But in this situation, you have very powerful people involved in the killing of a Black person. And, you know, Mississippi has a history of
I used to live in Mississippi.
But so then you know. So I would say maybe if this was California, maybe this somewhere like Michigan or something like that, it would, you know, even Georgia, people might not feel like there's a racial component.
When was the last time there was a racial murder that happened in Mississippi?
I really don't know. How do we even know if there are murders being committed because of race in a state like Mississippi, where they'll just try to cover it up and be like, oh, they didn't do it because of race. They just did it because they didn't like that person. That's the problem. The way Mississippi has carried out justice in the past makes people suspicious of how they carry out justice.
No, I get it. I get it. But it's like,
it's not.
Oh, my bad.
It's not whether you get it or not. You're asking a question. I'm giving you an answer based on history that we all know, right? So really, the question is, why are you pretending like you don't know the way shit go in Mississippi?
Well, the reason why I'm not going to pretend is the way. Have you ever been to Mississippi before?
Yes, I have.
When was
My
the last time
family's
you
from
been to
Georgia.
Mississippi?
When I just went to
So
Mississippi.
did you drove through Mississippi, or you like stayed there for like
when we were kids, we would literally go to Mississippi every
all right,
single
so
year and then go to Georgia for our family reunion.
One thing I learned about living in Mississippi, and by living in Mississippi, I live in the county they call Stankin Rankin. If you know, you know. And so one thing that used to piss me off when I used to live in Mississippi, black folks throw racism easily, real fucking easily, like we do completely now. Is completely easily. See, the reason why I don't throw racism easily like that, I will actually go against my own nature and fight and say something is racist before I know all the facts, all the details. Is the fact that people who went through worse shit than us experienced real racism. My grandmother experienced real racism. And so before I ever throw this is racist, I wanted to be completely 100% make sure you know that is racism, because of the fact that I do not want to water down the word. And so the problem I have is that there's no autopsy available. We're also talking about a bunch of young.
Let me ask you a basic question. Let me ask you a basic question that I think will save us a lot of time. Okay, one of the boys, for a fact, is the son of a judge in Mississippi, right?
Mm-hmm.
The boy was dead on a beach 2 days before they found the body. Now listen to this. I want you to pay very close attention and listen with your ears.
Yeah.
This was a beach where there was a humongous party happening.
I know the beach.
Wait a minute. This boy died on that beach. And it took 2 days to find him when there were literally hundreds of people on this beach, which in my mind says, look, there's a chance that something really foul could have happened to this dude. And they purposely left him out there to make it look like he succumbed to based on, exposure, right? And what I'm telling you is the only reason why I'm really entertaining this is because his parents are doing something that most people who try to use the race card don't do. They're doing their due diligence. They've already flown their son's body to Washington, D.C. for a independent autopsy, because the Southern coroner could simply say, oh, I see a rope mark around this dude's neck, but this ain't the cause of him dying. See what I'm saying? There's all types of stuff that happen. So I'm not saying it's racially motivated. I'm saying I respect the fact that the parents are doing their due diligence to determine whether this was racially motivated or not, or if there's some collusion going on based on race where there's a cover-up. I like what they're doing. I appreciate their due diligence, and they have every right to do it, and we have every right to be suspicious of it.
Yeah, it's like this. I'm always suspicious of everything, but what I was saying is that there's still not enough details. Like, example, these are young college kids, right? They were young college kids.
Yes.
And so we know alcohol and drugs are involved. We don't know the reason why they had an argument. Maybe they could have had an argument about, like, hey, bro, we came here together, we're going to leave together, type of situation.
Yeah.
Don't know. Don't know. That could have been the, hey, we going to stick to the fucking bro code or some shit like that. Or maybe homie, one of the homies liked the girl that he was talking to, and they got jealous and could have just like, hey, we're just gonna drown his ass whenever we're fucking leave there. It could have been that too.
See, my mind goes to all those places. I'm a logical thinker. Here's where all that disintegrates into bullshit. You left bro on the island. You gave his mama his phone. Bro wasn't found for 2 days. You, me, grown ass men, even when we were in college. Okay, you're talking to somebody who was in college, didn't drink, would just go to the party, look out for my friends. We putting them in bathtubs of cold water and everything else because they passing out, right? You look out for your bros. Yo, bro, been missing for 2 days and you left him on the island and you ain't came back to the
Yeah,
island to check on.
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
a
Those no
boat.
friends. Those no
They got a
friends.
yeah,
boat. Bro,
yeah.
let me ask you an honest question, Russ. You leave your boy on the island. Your boy told you he want to stay on the island. Let's say that. He said, I'm going to stay here with the girl. This girl, she cool. You ain't heard from your bro for 24 hours. Are you jumping back on daddy boat and going over there to see what the fuck's going on?
Fuck that.
Absolutely,
If I ain't hear my bro
absolutely.
for 6 hours, man,
6
we
hours.
riding.
We
Let
back
me.
on the boat going to check. Hey, bro, let's go back and get this fool because I don't know what's going on. That's natural for dudes. We have that sense
Yeah.
of brotherhood. They went
There's,
2 days. They went 2 days. Oh, what'd you say?
no, no. There's definitely some foul play. The real. I wonder, did they mean to take his phone, or did that accidentally? Did they just accidentally find that on the way back? Because if they were trying to do some foul play, I feel like they would have left it there on the island, made it look like. I feel like they didn't accidentally mean to take his phone, and they just.
Our
We-
in studio audience said, if you leave somebody on an island, even at a party, and you realize you got their phone, bro, the island only 10 miles from shore. That's like a 20-minute boat ride. Why wouldn't you take that man back his phone? Hey, bro, here go your
Exactly.
phone just in case some shit jump off. We live in 2026. You find somebody's phone, you get it to them because you know that's like a lifeline, right? Especially if they faded or whatever. They didn't do that. They took this phone to his mama and was like, yeah, we brought your son phone back, but we didn't bring him back.
Especially when he's
I'm
in the
not
middle of
going to
an
nobody
island
mama with a
in water.
phone and they son I didn't left him
But
behind.
yeah, also
Yo,
he
I
was
wanted to say
talking to a
something.
female.
I got
Coochie
you
was
right now.
involved, dude.
Who said they want to say something?
Hey, that was me. That was me.
Oh, go ahead, brother. My brother in the building.
Yeah, I checked it out, man. Shout out to everybody. Yo, I checked it out. I mean, I'm thinking like, man, black, y'all be doing yourself a disservice. Shout outs to the parents. I don't know if the parents said any of the stuff y'all saying. I don't know if the parents are making it racial. No need to, right? A kid died. You don't believe in the story. It sounds kind of sketchy. Want to figure it out. They were freaking friends, regardless, from what I know, right? Like they were friends up until that point. So unless they were playing friends and they were racist, really, and they wanted to delete them for 8 years, like, or for 5 years or 4 years, come on now. You're doing yourself a disservice. I don't know if it's this guy just gassing up that race talk, but all you can do is say, hey, look, don't even got to make it a race thing. Bro, our kid died. We're trying to figure out what happened. There's some foul play, period. Everybody can relate to that. White, black, those in between. And somebody else will have to come out and say, no, I'm racist and I'm against it. Okay, cool. You showed your card. But the moment you say it's racism, I was black, you're going to make people divide automatically. Like, oh, here we go. It's the race thing. No, it's a kid dead. We need to figure it out because any family would do that. They don't give a, if it's white people in a white place, they're going to do it. People are just going to do that regardless, especially with the power balance, what you said, right? Somebody's son, even if it was black, a black man was the judge, he could have power to make things go away. So anybody would do it. Keep it on the point, keep it on the logistics, keep it on what's going on. And if the parents can play that role, I think it's perfect because everybody can sympathize and empathize with that and say, hey, look, they're just going out trying to figure out what the hell happened to their kid on that island. Because I'm thinking, I don't even know what happened, and I don't even want to speculate. But I'm thinking, okay, there's some drama, there's some beef. These kids playing a prank or really was on some fight mode stuff, and then they left that kid there. He ended up deleted. Now they're trying to cover up their tracks. That's what somebody's going to do.
And
but I don't know.
Sorry.
Let the authorities figure it out. Go ahead.
What I was saying,
and then the second, and then the independent stuff. I love that. Go do your independence, get your Berkeley butts up, and go out there and do a due diligence. Just double check. That's perfect.
Here's the thing for me. Sometimes, actions speak louder than words. When you hire Ben Crump, you know what Ben Crump is coming to do.
Yo, that's what I was thinking.
I'm with you 100% because it's like, I feel what I love about this situation, as tragic as it is, these people aren't doing what typical ignorant race hustlers do. It's racism. They're putting their money where their mouth is. They're like, I want to find out what happened to my son. So if I got to bring Ben Crump in to bring national attention to this, to blow up the spot, I'm going to do that. And they put their money behind it. I like that. That's better than some broke person sitting in a hole screaming racism at the top of their lungs just to get a ignorant reaction online from a bunch of ignorant people. So, right, none of us know what happened. We're just calling attention to the inconsistencies, the suspicious things. I don't even know if the boys really deleted text messages. That's just something the parents said.
That's what I was going to ask. How do you know the text messages are deleted? Unless, like, I don't know, maybe you can sign in like on your account or on whatever.
The parents are the ones who brought that up. So what we can say, well, the parents didn't play the race card. The parents just, said, hey, something's fishy here.
Yeah, something fishy.
Then when they bring Ben Crump, it's like, oh, we think we know where this is going.
Exactly.
But then when they fly him the body to DC, like immediately, it's like, nah, they got some bread and they not playing no games about their kid. So it's interesting. That's what makes this interesting. That's why I covered it. But yeah, I ain't gonna play the race card unless somebody's determines, yo, bro had a noose around his neck, or even if it was a white boy who was jealous over a girl, that ain't necessarily racially motivated. That's just, you saw the movie Othello.
Simp rated.
Yeah, that's simp motivated.
Simp motivation.
Right. That's
the power of the simp took over. I just don't know what happened. I had to take him out. I'm sorry, man.
The simp lords.
Hey, so basically, Brandon, what you're saying is, I'm about to piss off some of your followers. So basically, what you're saying is the parents did the right thing instead of doing what Carmelo Anthony's parents did.
100%. 100%. 1,000%. The Carmelo Anthony family had the money, but didn't use the money to even see if their son was intoxicated or had a mental illness or anything. Do a psychological evaluation. They just was like, we going shopping. And can you please give us a racist public defender?
Oh, he's it's a possibility. It's a strong possibility that Carmelo Anthony's people they're about to win the appeal.
No way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though. They could win it. They ain't gonna do nothing for them. Maybe get them a couple years off.
Well, it's a strong possibility they could probably get a retrial for malpractice.
I mean, it's possible, but the evidence is the evidence.
Yeah, we'll see when he's about 65.
Yeah, well, they already got
my homie, he was literally just doing the live about it, and kind of it's like basically the defense, not only the defense attorney looking like he can get disbarred, but there's a malpractice lawsuit going to be coming pretty damn soon.
Hey, let it come. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
I can't remember that case, Brandon. There was some case, I just can't remember it right now. But it was kind of like that, where the lawyer was trying to go in some race stuff, and the parents just stepped up to the mic and said, hey, we not about that. We trying to figure out what happened to our kid, do the job. We calling on everybody to help, and everybody needs to bring their attention to this matter. That's perfect. So
that's
parents,
what any
I'm talking
normal
past
parent would
these
do.
people. Exactly. But sometimes the parents are parents are going to sit back and let the lawyer handle it. He's going to be like, this is the best direction. This is going to get the most light. That type of stuff. Like, what I'm saying? Game of Thrones of that dumb nonsense. Right. But parents, y'all need to clamp down and just be like, this is the direction. We're trying to figure out what happened. Keep that out of it, because this is somebody's life. This is serious, and we don't know what happened.
Right.
Everybody would understand that. Period.
100%. J-Doug, my brother, go ahead.
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, very sad situation. I know a lot of people thinking that this dude was killed over the white queen, Katie. And I'm just giving fair warning to all the brothers, y'all gotta go back to dating the big back, busted white women. See, y'all trying to get this cream of the crop white women, and thinking y'all finna run off with the best of the best, and these white boys finna just let you live. That's not gonna happen. So you better go back to the trailer park and get the white woman that's been allocated towards you. Cause there's some white women that white men don't mind you having, but thinking you finna just be, you know what I mean, long stroking one of they best of the best. Cause I seen Katie, you know, that wasn't going to happen on the boat. You wasn't finna be rocking the boat like you was on there with Aaliyah, with Katie, and thought the white boys was finna be saluting you. That's not
So
gonna
you
happen.
think
See, we raise our kids nowadays in that delusion, especially once we get around white people. We tell them, oh yeah, you know what I mean, you can swirl, you can do all this zaddy and all this foolishness, and it don't work out for you, and we looking crazy. Just because we don't want to do what we know we don't move how we know we supposed to move in America.
so, brother? You basically saying us brothers need to go back to Becky in the trailer park, the one who's been faithful and loyal
If you
to us
want to
for
be
all these
safe,
decades, nigga.
yeah. If you want to be safe, if you want to
I don't want to be
guarantee,
safe. I live on the edge.
Nah, listen,
oh,
Zay.
I'm just telling you.
You go for the
I
homecoming
also
queen.
like to live
Bust a
my life.
move. Bust a
Like
move. Most white men, 75% overweight. They ain't about to do damn thing.
it's
And
like
They
see,
ain't
Austin
gonna
that's
have
the
more than
Powers.
that's the thing
10,000.
too.
Let's
Now
get it.
they know that these white women they choosing up on us. These white women they got that ass on them now. These white queens, they got that ass on them now. And you think you finna just be walking around stunting in front, and then they might be with a busted Becky, and you pulling up with the best of the best.
You said they
Oh
ready to
yeah,
draw.
you
You
better
said
have
they
your
ready to
ass
draw blood.
inside sundown
They
town.
ready to draw blood. But
I've
Doug,
been waiting.
my name is Max Danger Powers.
All right,
Danger.
let's let Barnasphere go ahead.
So the story is unfolding, and I'm learning from you, Brandon, and kind of reading it as the show goes on. But it just seemed like just some kind of youthful accident, perhaps. And I don't know much about this island. I presume lots of boats go there, and he just met some girl, and he's like, "Let me go back with this girl." I mean, this makes perfect sense. I mean, can the dude even swim? Maybe he's an athlete. Doesn't mean he knows how to swim. But
Right.
the one thing that's kind of weird is his boys had his phone, but I kind of thought of an idea. I'm not saying this is what happened, but I'm just gonna put out I can't even speak, a hypothesis that maybe he has a girl and he needed an excuse not to answer his phone, so that's why he gave it to his boys, and they knew the plan was to give it to his mom. So he would have like his mom as his witness while he was trying to talk to a new girl. What do you think about that one?
I mean,
Maybe.
I could just say my phone died. I was on an island. Ain't no chargers or nothing up there.
Or maybe he got caught in the moment. You know, man, you trying to get some coochie. You like,
She
how
might
old are
have
you?
that iPhone
18?
finder. She
He
might have
was
that iPhone
18.
tracker on him. So he was
He
like, take my
probably
phone.
did.
I ain't on the
Yeah.
island no more.
I
I know
doubt
we
if he
grown
had.
men, but yeah, I
I
remember
doubt
when
if
we
he
was 18
had.
years old.
I doubt if he had two white queens like the white queen I saw.
Wait,
That
were
was the
they white or
option.
not? Are we confirming this or not? Do we have
I mean,
evidence that they were snow
I saw the
bunnies?
white woman they said that he was down with. He ain't leaving that to go. Ain't no other options after that.
Yeah.
That was a sure. You know what I mean? That was a mission to go on right there.
Bro, it's Mississippi, bro. You talking about?
Yeah.
I had about 3 white women. I was in Mississippi.
And what was your
Man,
experience? What do you what do you claim? Are you claiming white dudes pressed you on that? I mean, come on, be honest. They pressed you or they gave you dirty looks?
No, I never had no. I never had no white dude impress me.
Yeah, no one's gonna press people.
Now,
Like if a girl chooses who
hold,
she chooses. If that's what she chooses, oh well, ain't nothing you can do about it. And
hold on. Now,
you know,
let me.
Yeah,
I
I
also
doubt they took him out to an
they
island
didn't
and
impress
some white
me,
girl pressed up
but
on him and they're like, all
they
right, we gotta
tried to
kill him now.
compete against
I doubt
me.
that's what
They
happened.
tried to compete and
all men
do a lot of
guys
dirty
do
compete.
that.
macking.
All
Right.
men
All men
No,
do
compete. It
that.
ain't got nothing to do with race.
man,
I think
ain't
it's just
no
an
white
accident.
men, ain't no white men complete with no black men over no Keisha. Stop it.
They still dirty Mac.
it,
Everybody do it.
no.
Everybody
I'm
dirty, man.
talking about
Bro,
like,
this
but
lady
one time
ain't.
when it
Y'all
comes to
had me
white
thinking.
dude.
Y'all had me
Oh,
thinking this lady was Natalie.
You know, Sweden,
Holloway.
Sydney. This ain't no damn. This a
Whatever.
muskrat. This a
Yeah.
She looks
Jackson.
man,
Latina.
Yeah, I was gonna say she
what
looks
her
a little
body looking
Hispanic.
like?
A
Man, what that
I don't
body
even
muskrat.
care
looking
about the
like?
body. This
Shit.
face, she looked like a 40-year-old woman. Is she 19?
Man, she
Yeah.
ain't. Shut up,
Stop
man.
it.
Yeah, there was
Oh,
Stop
She's a
it,
God.
pretty
Brandon.
young woman.
Y'all
You
tripping.
really seriously, bro?
Bro,
She
you
look
know
like the
Yo,
daddy
she
with the wig
wait,
on.
you know I live
she
in Cali, you know I live in Cali, right?
But
We
Yeah.
yeah,
got
that's
the
not
most
no
efficient white
California
girls.
dime.
This a Mexican.
But
this ain't even a white person.
she
Yeah,
could be,
that's
man.
a
Hey,
that's a
that's a
non-white
Jacksonville,
Mexican.
Florida
This is a
dime, Brandon.
Latina. This is a
It's
Latina.
like a
Bruh,
Huntington, West
she
Virginia
could.
eight,
Hey, it's a
yes.
possibility. She could probably be thicker than peanut butter oatmeal, bruh. Just
This
saying.
right here is
Man,
community
she
We
pussy.
don't want no white
Argentina,
woman
bro.
thicker than no peanut butter oatmeal.
Y'all
Shit,
had
come
me
to
thinking this chick
Georgia.
was y'all
Shit.
had me thinking this chick was gonna be looking like what's her
A
face?
European ice cream, a
Taylor
Viking
Swift.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Wait, so
yeah.
hold on. Did he meet a new girl on the island, or does he have a girl, or do we know? We don't know.
This the girl who said he was hanging with her, Katie.
On the island.
Yes.
Man,
Y'all
But
had me-
she said they weren't.
Katie,
They didn't go
that
together.
girl
She said
look good,
she
bro.
went back with the friends.
You smoke
tripping.
Or he went back with the friends, right?
Yeah, you
She's
smoking.
straight for the stroke.
Their stories
I'm probably
contradict
saying.
each other.
Here y'all go.
She probably thick, bro. I'm saying, man.
She probably didn't want the
be-
world to know that she was going with a black dude, and now look, like everyone knows
probably
for the rest of her life.
These white women love to go with a black dude. You
Oh,
tripping?
they do until their dad finds
Shit.
out, and then they gotta figure out where to live.
shit.
They don't care
I'm-
about that now.
I don't know
She's
what
Mexican.
type of
Mexican. She's
experience.
Mexican, man. She's
She
Mexican.
gonna have a
definitely-
place
yeah,
to
she
live.
definitely
That's for
Hispanic.
damn sure. Get it
I don't
back
know
out.
what type of experience some of y'all brothers have, but I have met a lot of white fathers. Never had no.
We have the same experience as you.
I had one racial experience, but like I said, my middle name is Danger, and her dad was former wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. So
These white women ain't gonna bring you around their dad if they know their dad ain't gonna rock with you. They smart enough to know that. They know, okay, you.
her
So
dad met basic. All right, I'll just a little quick story, 2 sentences.
Go ahead.
This was a chick I met in college. Long story short, I'm walking
Now,
into
that's a
my
white
dorm
woman.
room.
These white women.
Yeah,
Them
I'm walking
queens,
into
them white queens. Them white
queens.
That's God creation right there.
That's some Game of Thrones.
Hold on,
That's
let me hear this
House
story.
of Dragon.
This dad was
Okay,
really.
so-
this dad.
Let
Hold
this man
on.
get
This
the
dad was
story.
really in the Klan. Are you just making this shit up?
So long story short,
Hold on, I don't
long
believe
story
you that
short,
the father was in the Klan. I don't believe that. I mean, are you
Who said
really
that?
saying that for real? I don't believe it. Come on. Go
I
ahead.
wouldn't be saying it if I. Okay, thank you. So long story short, I'm walking into the dorm room. I get a fucking phone call, and there's pictures of me and her walking together and shit. And he's basically like, "Yo, boy, you gonna leave my door alone?" And I ain't gonna basically repeat the rest, but something bad was gonna happen to me. Well,
Man, that
my
sound
dumb
fake as
ass
hell.
didn't. You said what?
That sound fake.
And who's
Yeah,
saying
right.
that? Who's saying that?
I mean, I second that. It sounds like a made up story,
With
honestly.
that
Yeah,
big
that
boy.
sound like one
Why?
of them
watch
So
what you
TikTok
do,
so
boy.
why
stories.
would I? So
That
why?
sound like
Hold
a
on.
TikTok
Why?
story that the black
Why would
woman be
I?
telling.
Why would I come up here and say that shit?
You
For
say every about a
clout,
black
you want
woman
to tell
do it
a
on
story.
TikTok.
Maybe you're making a movie.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? What? I'm a fucking truck driver, Nick. What the fuck you talking about?
I
So you
believe your
definitely
story.
I just don't believe it.
Listen,
Okay.
it doesn't matter if you
Okay,
believe
you
it.
know,
If it
The
happened,
host-
it happened. I don't
okay,
believe it. You ain't got to
okay,
take it
believes
okay,
personal.
cool.
Listen,
It sounds
Cool. I don't
crazy.
give a
It's a good
fuck.
story, though.
Guys,
I don't give a fuck.
the host believes his story because stuff
Okay.
like that happens, bro. Like dude be
That the
taking
father,
pictures. So
you
can-
believe? Hold up. You believe that the father secretly took pictures of them together and
totally
placed
believe
them
that.
in his daughter's dorm room like some crazy murder scene, bro.
No, actually, he placed it in my dorm room, jackass. If he was listening,
He broke into your dorm room and placed the pictures. Bro, the story is a complete lie. But anyway.
Spider-Man.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they talk about these queens
and your
that we
mom
see on
should
the
have
screen.
swallowed you
Listen,
too,
man.
nigga.
No, listen.
Okay, thanks.
You guys
Now
have to
you mad.
understand
Yeah,
something.
kill yourself, nigga.
White men have certain skills that they'll never discuss, and they'll be able to do all types
Now
of.
they think that.
have,
Okay, Liam Neeson. Everyone ain't Liam Neeson,
No, listen,
my
listen.
dude.
They have the complexion for the protection. They could walk in damn near any building in America, and no one will second guess why they're there. So could bro have went into a college dorm room? Went into a dorm, which the doors are always unlocked. That's why people laptops is always getting stolen in college. Totally could have walked right in and been,
Yeah,
but
my
now
laptop
here's
was
my
stolen like
question.
3 times.
Here's my question.
The
He would have
Grand
had to-
Wizard.
He would have had to have stalked you, found out exactly where you stayed, right? You know, he could have hired a private investigator. I mean, people.
No,
do shit
it was
like that.
it was her brother. I checked her
Oh.
brother.
Okay, so maybe it's her. Yeah, exactly, bro. Hitting dad with the pictures on the cell phone, Dirty Mac and his sister, and then bro come by the dorm room and just drop these on the. I could see that happening, bro. Y'all tripping. Y'all don't
wait,
watch.
what did he say?
He probably
What did he
messing one
say
of them
again? He said,
dirty
"Boy,
white girls.
You guys have clearly never. This is how I know when dudes get pussy. Have you guys ever had a jealous ex or a jealous wife? People become detectives, bro. Like when they really motivated behind something, they will find out shit you never thought that they could know because they're motivated. The human mind is very resourceful, when it's running on emotion. So
He
I
probably
totally believe that.
Emotion
Bro,
and racism.
there's a big difference between gathering information and breaking into a dorm room, posted up like some crazy Dexter murder scene, just waiting to
Remember, he
teach
was a
this
KKK
man.
Grand Wizard.
Oh,
Yeah, but
like
he
they
the
have
Grand
special
Wizard. He ain't
skills
got
like Liam
soldiers?
Neeson.
He
Come
could have
on,
had one
man.
of his proselytes do it.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
You
He
saw
ran the
how
got soldiers,
chapter.
he did it himself.
He ran the chapter, and he
But
ran the chapter in
it's not
Greenville, South
impossible.
If
Carolina.
you believe Black Trucker, put a 1 in the comments. If you believe he's a liar, put a 2 in the comments. We're gonna get down
No,
to
I don't,
business.
I
I
don't
like
think he'll
this.
lie. I think
I
he
believe
just
he's telling the
fabricated.
truth, bro. I'm
Put the
telling you.
put a poll up. Put a
I'm
poll
not.
up,
I don't
Brandon.
know why would I
Have
fucking
you ever
fabricate that,
have you
but
ever had
okay.
your
I'm joking with
listen?
you, baby.
Have you ever had your
Congratulations,
girl?
buddy.
Have you ever had your girl send you a picture of you with another female in like 3 cities away from your city? Like, don't play, bro. People will stalk the shit out of you, and you will
The
not
Grand
know,
Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan stalked him.
bro. How
Well,
many?
I'm not. I don't know if he was a fucking grand wizard, but I know he was the fucking president or something of Greenville,
The
South
janitor,
Carolina.
listen, the
Was he in the
janitor,
red get up or the white get up? Was he
listen,
in the
guys,
red or the
the
white?
I don't
janitor,
fucking know.
the janitor could have been a KKK member for all y'all know. It's only like 3 degrees of separation in the South, bro.
Janitor was
Everybody,
Mexican. The janitor was Mexican. Come on,
Mexicans
Brandon.
is
The
the biggest racist.
janitor is Mexican.
The janitors the janitors back then were not Mexican in Mississippi, bro.
Mm.
I promise you.
Oh,
That's
fuck you. Because the
But-
janitor was Mexican
Oh,
at
damn.
my dorm room.
And
Fuck
Mexicans be
you.
the biggest racists, bro. Bro,
Yeah,
probably
facts.
heroin,
And that woman
man.
on the island is half Mexican, at least.
Well, these beautiful white angels. See, why if you're gonna die over a white woman, let it be a white woman who looks something like this. That's a
You
good
gotta
death.
be in the NBA to get a white woman look like that, bro.
No,
What the
you
hell?
don't, bro. No, you
No,
don't.
you
I done
don't.
seen some white women like this walking with straight crackheads downtown LA, downtown Hollywood, bro.
Some-
I'm not even lying to you. Models walking around with a nigga that looked like a cracked out version of Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne looked cracked out.
Hey man, if you slinging
If you
that
in the back
shit,
of that
you
thing,
get
dude, you pull anything. She'll go marry a
Yeah.
rich dude and still be screwing you.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's facts.
I
Ex
mean,
Malcolm Little.
listen.
And then you're going to end up dead on
Ask,
an island, washed
ask
up.
Robert
Gotta
De
be careful.
Niro on Casino. that's my example. That taught me everything I needed to know about pimping. No, I'm just kidding. But guys, listen, we're gonna get the final verdict on this. It's late. I don't want to keep people too late. Let's do 1 minute close out. We will start with the Barnosphere. Go ahead, Barnosphere. What do you think? What's your verdict on it? 1 minute. You're on a timer.
I think he just went to a party, maybe drank, probably went in the ocean. You know, did someone see it? Maybe. No, I don't think anyone saw it. I think he just got drunk, went in the ocean. Shit happens. It's a damn tragedy. It's so sad. The end.
All right,
Done.
Adolph. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we got one. It was just a mistake. Go ahead, Jada.
I don't know what happened as far as like how the young man. I can't speculate on that. I do believe it's. I don't know. I can't even speculate because I just need more details. You know, who knows? The boys that left the island, his so-called friends, people calling them his friends because they took some pictures with him. They couldn't even. They probably wasn't even really friends like that. So we don't even know. We don't know what's what, who's who. So I don't know. I mean, black people. I just feel like nowadays we just bloodthirsty. We get on social media and we wait for a body and we wait to see if it's white people attached to that. And that's the part I'm getting tired of. I want us to give the same energy when black people do something stupid and cause the innocent person to die. Or we kill each other, just like that 2-year-old kid that got shot because whoever was shoplifting, whatever. I know it might have been a police fault, but we need to be focused in on stuff like that. We need to start with this white, looking for any time white people do stuff to us, and that's all we want to focus on. That shit is getting tiresome, and it's getting weak.
Okay, I want all the white people to help us reach our donation goal of 5 super chats for $5. And I promise you, we won't use the race card no more. Y'all good?
Our form of reparation.
We good? You get me the $25. You good? I'll defend you to the end.
I don't mind if we do the white thing, but just like, yo,
It'd be overdone. It'd be way
if black
overdone.
people die, if we care about death, I need the same energy to go into when somebody, we just like, if somebody black die and it's by another black, we don't even mention it. We're like, oh, whatever. But we act like if somebody white kill us, oh my God, I mean, bro, I'm like everybody else, bro. I don't know, bro. I want them to blame black people off social media. I want to be the only black person on social media.
You be the token black guy on social media.
Happen. Ain't gonna happen.
I want them to just take all black people off social media.
3-Man podcast. Go ahead.
So first I'm gonna call your ass out. You said you was coming on at 8 o'clock, nigga.
I got kids.
Yeah. I knew that was
ain't nothing happening. Nah, bro.
But
go ahead.
No. He was like, you was coming at 8 o'clock, so I was like, yo, I clicked on YouTube. Let me see. Oh, this motherfucker ain't even on, man. It is what it is, man. I understand how the game goes, man. But yeah, man, I wish black folks would, like homie just said, I wish black folks would care more about, when other black folks unalive each other and shit. When there's a white guy involved, they get TV media, but when if it's black on black, you get a shirt with angel wings. That is pretty much it, which is a damn shame. But yeah, man, when it comes to this whole Nolan Wells, right? Yeah.
Nolan Wells.
What word on the street is they found out he was a Carmelo supporter, and so that's why the reason why they unalive him. Let me create some bullshit, maybe get some traction on YouTube, do some more traction on YouTube. Yeah, he was like, yeah, Carmelo's innocent, and they was like, what you say, boy? We gonna drop. But yeah, I say I guess we'll wait for the autopsy. Has there been an autopsy yet, or no?
They're getting it done now.
Okay. So they're just getting the direct independent autopsy. Okay, that's cool. So I guess maybe you're gonna do a part 2 of this when there's more information out. And my condolences to the.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna update y'all. I'm gonna follow the story.
Okay, I bet. Bad. Well, my condolences to the family, and be safe out there, fellas, and be careful around them white women. It's all fun and dandy until a white boy get jealous.
Y'all crazy. All right, man. Thank you so much, 3-Man. My brother, Financial Frontier, always come with the wisdom.
Oh man, I was just about to come with a joke. Nah, I'm just kidding. So I don't know nothing about no Grand Wizards in the goddamn college campus, because I don't even know what Grand Wizards ride anymore. Do they ride a F-150? Because they ain't on horses no more. So look, at the end of the day, stuff happens. I think it's important for parents or whoever, right, just to do their due diligence, do some double check-in. So I don't mind that. Of course, you just want to figure out what happened at the end of the day, and I get that. So shout outs to the parents for actually doing that and going through the due diligence. They need to fire that goddamn lawyer, though. He making it about racism, Mississippi, the United States of America, and their history. Like, that's not going to help the case. So I just think when it comes to that, white people, just turn off the tube. Don't listen to black people when they talk about racism. Just don't even acknowledge it, and then it'll probably go away. So net, let's see what happens. Move forward. We'll come back and convene. And then the people who were saying crazy stuff, if it's not true, I want you guys to apologize, but I know you won't.
You know we ain't apologizing.
you know you ain't going to apologize.
You know
y'all going to be like, they still covered it up. So it was racist in Washington, D.C. So
Boy.
at the end of the day, I just say, man, RIP to the young man, and he was an adult. So, at the end of the day, life took an early, and let's see what happens in the case and continue to move forward.
Hey, seriously. Hey, thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Guys, listen, my brother said it the best. At the end of the day, you're a grown-ass man. You choosing to go get drunk on a beach with your friends. Now the story ain't adding up. The girl saying you said you was gonna leave with them. They saying you said you was gonna leave with her. And I agree. I don't want to lean on the racially motivated stuff. It's just weak, man. And it makes me feel like we're just trying to get back for the Carmelo Anthony situation. That's not helping anything. But I love the fact that his parents are doing their due diligence to get to the bottom of what happened to their son. That's what really stood out to me about this case. And I'm going to keep you guys updated. But definitely, situational awareness. Don't be out here getting blackout drunk anywhere at any time. It's just not good for you. And keep eye on your kids, man, because y'all got money to fly bro out to DC for the autopsy. Why bro didn't have his own little boat? They got something called a Boston Whaler. You get one of those for like $2,000 on Craigslist today. And that'll definitely get you all over the Gulf of Mississippi. So, like my brother 18 DJ Sonic is saying, let's wait for the actual facts, which we're doing. And we didn't do anything but discuss facts. There was a little speculation, but primarily we discussed facts. But I will keep you updated. Hey, thank y'all for coming and hanging with me tonight. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything you do for me in this channel. It was up. We had 179 people watching. Twitter, or formerly X, formerly known as Twitter, y'all came on strong. It was 130 of y'all up in here. YouTube, we hovered between 50 and 70, which is still good on a night like this because our audience on YouTube is mostly active between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So we perform better than I expected. But people will watch this tomorrow and have a nice little something to wake up to. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning around 9 o'clock. So wake up, come to this channel, like, share, subscribe, contribute to the channel, and get ready because I'm going to have a bang-up show for y'all. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace. Good night and good luck.